Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli back with another review video, and for this one, gonna be reviewing 1941. And yeah, because I gotta say, this is an okay film. It's not that bad. Because because with 1941, because it was one of those films of Steven Spielberg that just kind of wasn't that good, but and even like because I had been reading a lot because of this film, like for example, a few things I read, like according to Jack Nicholson, Stanley Kubrick said to Spielberg that that this film was great but not funny. And Kubrick even said to Spielberg that I read something else saying that, Kubrick said to Spielberg that he should have marketed this film as a drama instead of a comedy. But, I had watched the film, and I laughed at some stuff, I laughed at a few things, and there are funny moments in this, and it's intended to be a comedy. But it's Stanley Kubrick, what can you say? But, yeah, and because the movie starts, kind of like with Jaws, because, what's-her-face who played Chrissy in Jaws, technically reprised her role, but as I read the name of her character of 1941, it was Polar Bear something, I can't remember it, but the word Polar Bear was in there, okay? Because it opens with her, she swims in the water, and they play, of course, John Williams, he does the music and score for this film. The music for Jaws plays, dun, 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 and, you think it's a shark, but no, it's a freaking submarine, it rises up, And the music, let me tell you something, because I'm talking about the music. The music in this film is pretty good. Even Steven Spielberg said that the opening march theme or something like that, to this film was one of his favorites that John Williams ever composed. And it's a good march. And so there are some parts of the music that I really love, like the music that plays in that sequence and with Chrissy taking another swim, and with the submarine rising the Japanese and such. It's some pretty good music. And even the dance sequence and such, the music playing, that's good music as well. In a good mood, or however the title is, this version, that's the version of this that's in this film, the movie's version of that music and such in the mood is my favorite one. So, so the cast of this film, on the camera, so the cast of this film, because a lot of familiar faces like Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, John Belushi, Lauren Gray, if I'm saying it right, who played Ellen from Jaws, Chief Brody's wife, and Ned Beatty, if I'm saying that right, I think that's right, Ned Beatty, I think I said Christopher Lee, Slim Pickens. A lot of familiar faces in this. They're all good, I will say. And Christopher Lee, I found out because I was told that, he has betrayed Japanese characters or something like that. He's been betrayed. He betrayed Japanese or something like that. I think at least that's what I heard and I was told of. But, yeah. And I think Christopher Lee, I mean, anything that Christopher Lee has done, is good, even if a movie he's done is not kind of good or anything like that, kind of sucks, but I think he's enjoyable to watch. But I will say, John Belushi in this film, I think he's one of the few best things in this film. Wildcat or something like that, however it's called, the first name is Wild. His character is pretty funny, and he doesn't throughout the film he mostly drives his plane, gets from places, not a freaking car, which that's funny. He's this goofy, funny pilot soldier, I think. John Belushi, and anything that John Belushi's done is good and hilarious, because he's hilarious, And Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, they're soldiers and such, in this, and they're okay. And I kind of read this. This was Dan Aykroyd's film debut. You know, I want to say on the big screen in theaters and that kind of stuff. You know, the rest of the characters, they're good. You know, there are some good parts to it, and I found out because this film, it takes place in December for the holidays, and yeah, you know, because it's the holidays, so, you know, a good opportunity to watch this. So, yeah, and it was really cool because in 1941, they even Dumbo makes an appearance in this, you know, because I think a general and a couple soldiers, they go in and they see the movie Dumbo, which is pretty funny. As I was watching this, okay, what's going to happen here? Because they get to the part with the song of Baby, Why Don't You Cry. I was waiting for the general or somebody to whip up tears, and yeah, it happened. You can kind of see it, which is funny. And the climax to it, like the big battle and such, is pretty good. In fact, I think if I know this correctly, they've used models, you know. I would assume as though they have, you know, that and that kind of stuff. Yeah, so they're pretty good. Some of the visual effects and everything else are okay. And like at the end of it, like Belushi, like he gets in the submarine. He says, "Turn this sub around, take me to Japan." Such, and does anyone have a lighter? You know, good old John Belushi. So. As I said, you know, I think John Belushi, he's one of the few best things in this film, you know. At least that's my opinion, so. And as I said, all the other actors are good in this, you know. And for Steve, and you know, because I don't care. I really don't think this movie's that bad, to say the least. It's just, all this is just my opinion, you know. And I understand it didn't do so well and such, and it was, I want to say, I think it was like an embarrassment for Spielberg, but hey, you know, could be. This was also written by this film was written by the same writers who wrote Back to the Future, Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale, because they wrote this film, and Steven Spielberg, you know, he directed this film. So, you know, and it's kind of funny to think because, you know, it won't be until years later because Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale, they would still write, but also direct. Well, Robert Zemeckis would direct. They do Back to the Future, and Spielberg would be executive producer. And kind of the same thing with Roger Rabbit, because, excuse me, Robert Zemeckis directed, Spielberg was executive producer. So, yeah. But anyways, so with all that said, for 1941, you know, because I know. I can't say it's good. All I can say is it's decent. It's you know. So I think I'll give this movie probably 6 out of 10 stars, because I think 6 out of 10 stars is okay, you know, to say the least. But if you haven't seen 1941, you should definitely watch it if you're interested. If you've been interested in seeing this movie and such, and for those of you that have seen it, let me know what you thought of it, you know, because, again, in my opinion, I think this is an okay film. It's not bad, you know, I know it's not good, I know that the film didn't do good and such, but again, that's just my opinion. I think the film's okay, and a decent comedy, you know. But anyways, so again, with that said, 6 out of 10 stars for 1941. It's okay, it's not that bad, again, it's all my opinion. Yeah, it's just an okay film, an okay comedy, a decent comedy. So again, 6 out of 10 stars for 1941. Hope you enjoyed this review video. More new review videos coming your way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward, and I'll see you guys in the next video / review video. Take care and peace out. Bye.